I mean, obviously, I had to choose Mudvayne for the pick of the day today, only because, well, the big announcement this morning, thanks to the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater, K-Bear 101 presents Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended live at the Port on Friday, October 3rd. Tickets go on sale this Friday. Of course, we'll be doing some ticket giveaways for that show. Just a hint right there. Just a hint, you know. Just a basic dead giveaway right there. Mudvayne, Static X, Vended. Live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater, Friday, October 3rd. That was the major announcement this morning. Excited for that show. Excited to see them come to the area. I have never seen Mudvayne live. I've heard they're fantastic. Obviously, it's the newly formed, or I shouldn't really say newly formed, but it's not the classic Static X because Wayne Static has passed away, unfortunately. But it is like this new group. I forgot who is the guy. It's the dude from Dope, right? Who's pretending to be Wayne Static on stage? It has to be that guy. I think. But anyway, very excited for that show. There also today was trailer number 2 for Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't know if they planned on dropping it today or if they were like, you know what, we delayed the game till late May of next year. So let's go ahead and make the fans at least slightly happy with trailer number 2 dropping. I watched it, and I'm excited. I'm real excited for the game to finally get here. In 2026, I'll be almost actually, by the time the game comes out, I'll be 2 months away from being 30 years old. And to think GTA 5 came out in 2013. 2013. That'll be 13 years before. 17 when GTA 5 dropped, 30 when GTA 6 drops, and more likely 75 when GTA 7 drops. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. We still got one more chance on the air this afternoon for the K-Bear 101 Secret Sound, powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Listen out for that cue to call at some point this afternoon. If you're caller 20, you can win. You can try to win all this money if you guess it correctly with $1,048, and you're also entered into the contest for Seether tickets as well. That's right. Any person who's caller 20 from here on out by Friday will be entered into the drawing for tickets to go see Seether, POD, and Nonpoint live at the Mountain America Center on Sunday, May 18th. You're also randomly entered into that drawing as well if you sign up within the channel apps K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball. All right, the K-Bear 101 Secret Sound, powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. At some point this afternoon, we'll play, and Peach's Pit Party will continue here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Earlier today, around 10 this morning, I had the chance to sit down with Cutter, who is the host of the Cutting Edge Countdown with Cutter every Sunday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. that plays right here on K-Bear. I talked to him for the Talking Between the Songs podcast that I do, and he'll be my official episode 4. It was a fun conversation. It was unique to talk to him about his morning show, how he balances doing the morning show for 105.7. Is it 105.7 WAPL in Appleton, Wisconsin? He does the morning show there with Laura Lee and Cutter. And then he also does, of course, the Cutting Edge Countdown, which we talked about quite a lot. Talked about his interview prep, talked about what got him into radio, the same old stuff that you would hear on the previous Talking Between the Songs episodes, which, by the way, you can find on demand wherever you get your podcasts. I host like 4 podcasts: Peach's Pit Party on demand, Talking Between the Songs, the Noon Hour of Madness and Mayhem, and, of course, the Artist Interrogations podcast. You can find all of them also at riverbendmediagroup.com. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. The Real ID deadline tomorrow, May 7th, 2025. Starting that day, you'll need a Real ID, or should I say Star Card compliant driver's license, the kind with the star on it, to board any domestic flights or enter federal facilities. If you don't have one, you'll need an alternative like a passport or military ID. All right? So if you don't have the Star Card, you might want to get on it because today's the last day in order to really do anything. All right? I can't believe the Real ID Act was passed in 2005 after 9/11 to set higher security standards for state-issued IDs. Implementation has been delayed several times, but this is the final deadline. Apparently. This has been delayed more than GTA 6. This took forever to come out. 2005, 20 years later. Finally, it's here. All right? Make sure to have your real ID or Star Card, whichever one it's called. I don't know if it's just because Idaho is behind or what, but I've seen more and more posts about AI taking over the drive-thru, and obviously people are messing with it. You know, AI's taking your order, which I used to work fast food, and I can easily say AI taking over the In-N-Out Burger drive-thru would be extremely helpful, but at the same time, like the way that the In-N-Out drive-thru is, even Chick-fil-A around here, you don't go to the speaker. You have that person out there, unless they somehow watch Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out Burger come out with like their own robot that can roll over to your car. But yet again, that would still get messed with 100%. I keep seeing these different stories about how AI has taken over McDonald's drive-thru locations, Taco Bell's. It took over 500 Taco Bell locations, Pizza Huts. Wait, Pizza Hut is a drive-thru? I've never seen one of those. That sounds pretty cool. To go to a Pizza Hut drive-thru. KFC. But yet again, people are just going to mess with it. I mean, I would too at the same time, but for the most part, I've become that guy that whenever I go to a drive-thru, I start ordering through the app ahead of time. Taco Bell, that's all I do. I just roll up and say, hey, I placed an order for Brendan. Pick it up. That's about it. It's super easy. And I feel like it's even simpler for the employees too. I think all fast food places do that. They all have the apps. The only one I really go to use the app, Taco Bell, and there's also McDonald's secondary, but I like to do the curbside pickup. I don't know. I feel like this is making it easier for all of us, but at the same time, we're headed towards Wall-E, all the fat people in those floating chairs, just motionless and everything. That might be our future. I'm not looking forward to that. The NFL draft is headed to Washington, D.C. in 2027. The move comes just a week after Commanders owner Josh Harris struck a deal to have the team move back into the District of Columbia in a new stadium built on the site of RFK Stadium. The D.C. draft is slated to be held on the National Mall near the Washington Monument. The 2026 draft slated for Pittsburgh. Patrick Mahomes practiced a bit of nepotism with his Kansas City Chiefs. He got the team to invite his half-brother Graham Walker in their to their minicamp. Walker played tight end for Rice last year, but had his best college season as a freshman in 2021 when he caught 53 passes for 658 yards and 6 touchdowns. It wasn't that long ago that college athletes made no money. At least they didn't make any money that wasn't under the table. Things have changed in a big way. Reports are swirling out there that the University of Texas will be spending up to and maybe more than $40 million for their 2025 football team. According to insiders, quarterback Arch Manning is set to be the highest paid Longhorn by far, with a paycheck of over $1 million. It pays to be a Manning. He better be thanking Peyton and Eli a ton. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Well, pour one out for the OG of awkward video calls. Skype is officially dead. I talked about how they were going to be ending soon. Microsoft finally pulled the plug after 20 years, over 20 years. Skype launched back in 2003, was the go-to for yelling, "Can you hear me now?" before Zoom made it cool. It let us video chat with strangers across the globe, accidentally answer calls with no pants on. A true pioneer, right? Microsoft bought it in 2011, but it's been on life support ever since Zoom came in. And that's all you saw during the pandemic was Zoom. Like that or Google Meets, but for the most part, Zoom. So Microsoft was like, you know what? We're just going to shut down Skype. So if you spent your teenage years hearing that iconic ringtone while arguing with your friends over who was hosting the group chat, it's okay to feel a little something. Rest in peace to Skype. Gone but never forgotten, I guess. So Burger King is getting dragged into court. Not for food poisoning, not for forgetting your fries, but because apparently the Whopper isn't Whoppery enough. Yeah, a federal judge just ruled that a class action lawsuit can move forward against BK for false advertising. The accusation, their burgers and ads look way bigger than what you actually get, like 35% bigger, which is kind of like, you got that dating profile pic from 2016 expecting nobody to notice. I know I was guilty of that. I was like, I look a little bit better back then compared to now. These customers are saying the Whopper they were promised had a juicy, towering meat monument, but what they got was more like a sad, soggy apology with lettuce. And I mean, to be quite honest, you're going to Burger King out of all places. Like, don't get me wrong. People can like what they like, but I thought everyone collectively just didn't really care for Burger King at all. we had this heated debate between my friends and I on Discord, and we were talking about the best fast food restaurants, because for some reason, Arby's gets a lot of flack. Everyone always makes fun of Arby's. I think Arby's is just fine. I think it's great. I think it's way better than Burger King, that's for sure. And I wouldn't say In-N-Out's the best either. I would say the honest, absolute best. And I even talked about this in my episode with Cutter on Talking Between the Songs, because he lives in Wisconsin. A restaurant based out of Wisconsin, Culver's, has to be, in my opinion, the best all-around fast food that you can get. The burgers are great. The fries are awesome. The drinks are even good. And I've tried a variety of things on their menu. It's all around fantastic. Burger King, the last time I went there, they forgot my original chicken sandwich. And then I got into like a huge fight with my parents because of that whole thing. I don't know what it was. It was a weird day. It was like back when I was visiting home a couple months back. But overall, Burger King, I'd pass on that. But we'll see how this all turns out. Will Burger King actually have to make up for that? Make up for their mistake in advertising their burgers? I mean, Carl's Jr. might be next. Remember their crazy commercials? They would have like models pretend to eat a bite out of their burgers. You know they weren't eating those. And you can even see it. If you look up the old Charlotte McKinney Carl's Jr. commercial, instead of staring at the model, look at the burger she's pretending to eat. There's totally a CGI bite out of it. We literally just talked about fast food not that long ago. This 7-year-old boy in Ogden, Utah, fairly close to here, decided that waiting for breakfast was overrated. So, you know what he did? He took his mom's SUV, buckled in his 5-year-old sister, and drove 9 miles to McDonald's, because when you're craving a Happy Meal, why not take matters into your own tiny hands? Did he get the mom's keys from like the hall tree or something? Did he know where his mom's keys were at? Police in Ogden got a call about a reckless driver. They found the SUV after it hit a parking strip. Inside were the two kids, unharmed, with cash ready for their meal. So they were ready to just pay. They're like, forget mom, we can get it now. The mom had no idea they were gone until the cops called. Don't you think that's kind of bad parenting? Like, hey, why is it so quiet upstairs? Like, they're usually not like this. Oh, my kids are missing. She said her son is now grounded, quote, for the rest of his life, and will be doing community-style chores for neighbors. I don't think he's going to be grounded for the rest of his life. I think it's going to be a couple weeks, and then she'll drop it. Because you can't... I mean, she probably just said that to kind of, make up for her lack of parenting. Like, hey, my kids went missing and started driving to McDonald's. No legal trouble for the kid, but plenty of household consequences. I'm sure he's learned. He has learned his lesson. He's learned his lesson. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. What exactly is the Met Gala? You know, it's like every time it's the first Monday of May apparently, and every time I see pictures from it, I go, "What exactly happens here?" Because you only see pictures of celebrities dressing up weird, extremely weird. The one that really stood out to most people is that Andre 3000 of Outkast and all of that. He wore a piano on his back. Yeah, there's pictures of it. You can find it online. But what exactly is the Met Gala? I mean, celebrities, they just try to out-weird each other on a giant staircase in New York. It's a charity event for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. But no one's really tuning in for the fundraising. They're there for the fashion chaos. I think Sabrina Carpenter didn't wear any pants. Tickets, they're quite expensive. I mean, the dress code, the weirder the better, right? Fashion meets confusion. I still didn't get a clear answer of like, okay, cool, it's a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute, but at the same time, who knew that? They just know it as the Met Gala, and sure, every year, the first Monday in May, all the top celebrities try to out-weird each other with their outfits. We've all seen these types of stories pop up about kids taking their parents' phones and ordering things online that they shouldn't in extreme amounts, and sure enough, Parents later find out that their kid did so, and they see the bill and they go, wait, why is there $4,000 missing from my checking account? This Kentucky woman, she basically came home one day and found stacks of boxes containing Dum Dum lollipops on her front doorstep. The surprise delivery was ordered by her young son while he played on her phone. Yeah, she tried stopping 8-year-old Liam's Amazon order for about 70,000 Dum Dum suckers before the treats arrived, but it was too late. Amazon had already delivered 22 cases to her home. I wonder what that Amazon driver thought. The surprise got worse after a quick check of her bank account. She owed about $4,000 for the order. Then she found out that 8 more cases from the order were unaccounted for. After a trip to the post office, those cases were returned to the sender. Luckily, her efforts to get a refund took a bit more time, but she got her money back. She did indeed get her money back. That's what you got to do. You got to say, did they take the suckers back? I wonder if they did, or I wonder if they just said, you know what, keep them. Keep them. And I mean, if that's the case, I mean, shoot, I might need to order a whole bunch of candy and then, just blame my imaginary son for playing on dad's phone. Oh, can you refund me for these 40 boxes of assorted candy bars? And then Amazon will, and I got all the candy that I need. K-Bear 101 earlier this morning, the big news that we teased all afternoon yesterday. Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended. Corey Taylor's son's band, also Clown from Slipknot. His son is also in the band as well. People like to call them Slipknot Jr. I think it's great that Mudvayne has toured with Slipknot in the past and then now is also touring with their sons. They probably feel quite old, but that's going to be a great show at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater in Pocatello, Friday, October 3rd. I believe tickets go on sale for that this Friday. I'm sure we'll give away some tickets for that show. Just a hint right there. It's going to be a fun time. First ever time seeing Mudvayne live. And it is funny to watch the different mixed reactions. I mean, of course, you're going to get the stereotypical, like, let me hit the laugh react on this concert posting because I think I'm cool with my elite music taste. But you are seeing people, a lot of people, Victor's age, Jade's age, that are in their 40s, very excited for that. Mudvayne was at their top back when I was a young kid. I mean, it is the 25th anniversary tour of LD50, which is a fantastic album, by the way. Very excited for them to come to Pocatello. And also announced today was another tour that I'm like, man, okay, I really need to go to this one. One of my recent favorite bands, one of my recent favorites is Landmarks. They're French and they're awesome. They bring the heavy. They're bringing their headlining tour, I believe it's called like the Darkest Place I've Ever Been to tour, to the Metro Music Hall in Salt Lake City with Thornhill, Silly Goose, which listener Jeff suggested that I should listen to, and another band called Resolve, which I am actually also a major fan of. They have this song called Smile that I've been addicted to. Sandman, another great track from Resolve as well. The shows that I'm talking about are, of course, on our concert calendar, available at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. You can also find the shortcut to the calendar through the channel apps K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball. Walmart may sell shampoo, socks, and even men's shorts, but apparently not exorcisms. Down in Tampa, a 73-year-old woman was caught trying to leave the store with over $120 worth of stuff she didn't pay for. And when security stopped her, more like the old person that's at the front door checking receipts, when they stopped her, she had one heck of an excuse. She said, the devil made her do it. Seriously. Claimed Beelzebub told her she had to buy the items for other people. And since she didn't have the cash, she figured a 5-finger discount was wholly approved, right? No, she was arrested for theft. The devil still at large, probably in the self-checkout lane. You ever get a gift so bad, so hilariously off base, that it made you realize your partner knows you about as well as a magic 8-ball? Reddit asked, what's the gift your partner gave you that made you realize they don't know you at all? And these are so tragic. They're basically love letters from the universe saying run. One woman got a bath bomb, a pink Yeti wine cup, and zero dignity, despite never taking baths, hating pink, and never once drinking wine. Turns out it was a re-gift from his mom, because nothing screams romance like recycled motherly love and fizzy disappointment, right? Another guy got a candy bar bouquet 2 weeks after his birthday, and he's diabetic. That's not just lazy. That's borderline attempted murder. The girl who gave her boyfriend a 3D printed action figure of himself, complete with theme music, he got her groceries that sat under the Christmas tree unrefrigerated. Nothing like salmonella and shame for the holidays. And someone else got a box of Slim Jims after 5 years of dating, because nothing says lifelong commitment like, gas station meat sticks. K-Bear 101, Idaho's only rock station. Even if you don't watch the NFL in any way, shape, or form, I'm sure you heard what happened with this year's NFL draft. The Cleveland Browns ended one of the most discussed draft slides in NFL history when they selected Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son. They selected him in the 5th round, and he was projected to go, like the first or second pick of the entire draft, and he didn't get picked till the 5th round. The polarizing quarterback was widely expected to be a first-round pick, but several off-field instances in the draft process, specifically bad meetings with teams, led him to his dramatic slide. His dad probably didn't help the cause either. Sanders and his family weren't the only ones who dealt with the stress of draft week, and apparently, per Sports Illustrated, a fan is suing the NFL for $100 million for intentional emotional distress and trauma. Now, will this go anywhere? Certainly not. But the fact that someone is willing to even make this a thing just tells you how unheard of this kind of slide is in the history of the NFL draft. I was scrolling Facebook. I wasn't watching anything. What am I even talking about? I was scrolling Facebook, and I guess there was this discussion between Tom Brady and Deion Sanders about Shedeur Sanders, and I think Shedeur Sanders was in the room. But Tom Brady said, hey, you shouldn't be buying any expensive cars with your money and stuff like that. You should be in that film room proving coaches wrong. Tom Brady, the perfect guy to tell you that advice. Didn't he go like dead last in the NFL draft? And sure enough, he is considered the greatest quarterback of all time. That would be like, Howard Stern telling me what to do in the radio world, or Ryan Seacrest, Elvis Duran, one of the top guys who is considered the greatest radio broadcaster of all time. I mean, the guy who's made the most money is Howard Stern. But will I ever go his route? I could only imagine me trying to do that type of show here, getting immediately in trouble, and next thing you know, the afternoon slot is just vacant. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.